right, today our patient has difficulty with prolonged sitting and pain with lumbar flexion, so we're going to go through 6 different exercises. So the first one, starting at the beginner level, will be a posterior pelvic tilt. So I'll have the patient lay supine with their knees bent. And then the cue that I'll use for this one is to tell them to push their lower back down into my hand, and that will promote the posterior pelvic tilt. They'll hold that for 5 seconds and they'll perform that 2 sets of 10 reps. And then the next progression from there, we will go over here. I'll have them sit on the exercise ball. So once in this position, I'll have him perform that same pelvic tilt, tucking that tailbone in underneath him, and then he'll hold that for 5 seconds, and then he'll perform the pelvic tilt 3 sets of 10. And then lastly, we'll be staying in this position, except we'll be adding marching into it. So he'll be lifting his legs up in a controlled manner. He'll alternate legs. He'll do 6 on each side for a total of 12 reps, 3 times, while maintaining the posterior pelvic tilt. And that was the advanced one. So now we'll go back to the beginner one for his next progression. So we will go to standing. And the first exercise that I'll have him be doing will be a hip hinge. So go ahead and take your hands, put them in that crease out of your legs, and then I want you to make those hands disappear by bending forward. Very good. So getting that hip hinge nice and well practiced. The second progression from there will be a goblet squat. So pretend this is a kettlebell. We'll go ahead and hold that kettlebell in his hands, and then he'll go down to the ground in that squat, performing that hip hinge all the way down and back up. And then the last progression for this will be a deadlift. So pretend this is a barbell. So he'll really have to focus on that hip hinge to come down to the bar, grabbing it and then reversing that hip hinge to come all the way back up. The sets, the number of reps and sets for the kettlebell will be 3 sets of 10, and then the number of sets and reps for the bar deadlift will be 3 sets of 12. And that is our exercise program.